Hello everybody, morning. Nice to talk to you this Friday and thank you for clicking play on this video. So I thought I'd do a little video about this weekend and the RSPB promoting their big garden Birdwatch. Now I wonder if you sent off for the pack like I did. I thought it'd be something fun to do this weekend while I'm stuck in my house and in the garden. Because, yeah, I never thought I'd say this, but I don't really like weekends at the moment. It's a bit busy where I live. So at the weekends, I stay inside. But I can stay inside and watch for birds in our garden, which is rather fun. So I sent off for the pack and I got this little poster. And I got, this is really good. This helps you, when you're watching out in your garden, helps you identify all the different birds you might see whilst you're outside. It even gives a little box underneath to do a tally. So if you see lots of wood pigeons, you can do a little tally next to the wood pigeons. Or if you see lots of robins come into your garden, you can do a little tally of how many robins come into your garden. And then what the RSPB have asked you to do once you finish this is write on this other sheet of paper, how many of each bird do you see? And then send it off to them so they can keep an eye and keep a track on what sort of birds are around all the different areas in England. So that's going to be rather fun to do, I think. So, and I found a little information pack here on this computer, on the internet, about the big garden Birdwatch. Let's move you around. And it starts here. It says, who are the RSPB? It says the RSPB, and they're the people that are sent out if you applied for this pack. But if you didn't get the pack, don't worry, you can still spot some birds. Maybe you fancy a morning spotting birds in your garden with your binoculars, or just sitting out and watching all the birds that come into your garden. So the RSPB is a charity that was founded in 1889 to ensure birds were protected in England, Scotland and Wales. And it stands for the Royal Society for the Protection of Birds. So the Royal Society for the Protection of Birds. That's the RSPB. It says here, the Big Birdwatch. The Big Birdwatch is taking place from the beginning of January until the end of February. And so what is it all about? There's a good question. So why are we going to have this Big Birdwatch? The Big Birdwatch is a time to help children get closer to nature, to learn about the birds in their environment and to know how to identify common species of bird. Observing birds in this area can also contribute to national data, cataloguing the number of types of birds. So with everybody hunting and everybody looking for birds and then sending in this information, the RSPB know the amount and the different types of birds that are around in England, Scotland and Wales. So a really helpful thing to do. Well, and here's a good question. What can I do? So through the Big Birdwatch, you can, if you like, you can count different types of birds. You can identify different birds through their sound and their appearances. You could make bird feeders. That would be very helpful. Then the birds would have some food during the winter. You could write your own bird fact files. You could collate data in different forms. And you can draw different birds if you'd like to. So in a moment, I'm going to click pause and then I'm going to make a bird feeder. I think it was Mrs. Towles put on the school Facebook page a good way of making a bird feeder. So we'll finish finding out about the Big Birdwatch and then I'm going to make a bird feeder. So it'd be nice if you could join me and make a bird feeder too. So it says here, counting birds. Counting different types of birds is very important. Through counting birds, the bird population can be monitored. And if there is a dip, so if there is a slump in the number of birds, certain type of birds, the RSPB can investigate why there are not many of these birds around. Equally, the increasing number of birds needs monitoring too, as this has implications on food and availability and breeding spaces. So it's interesting for the RSPB to know whether bird numbers are going up or the bird numbers are going down. Count the different types of birds that you see in one place in an hour. Okay, so I'm going to sit outside or sit watching from my window for 1 hour and just jot down what birds I see and then record your results in a table. So I've got this one, but you could make your own table, couldn't you? That'd be a fun thing to do. And there's a did you know box here. So did you know in the last 35 years the number of blue tits, that's this one here, recorded has risen by 20%. So the number of blue tits has gone up. So doing these counts, the RSPB have worked out the number of blue tits has gone up. And the amount of wood pigeons, the wood pigeon, has risen by 800%. So there's loads more wood pigeons now in the last 35 years. That's good to know, isn't it? Right, here you go, identifying the birds. So identifying birds can be tricky. Here are some tips to help you. Many birds do not look like they do in books. They are sometimes a bit bigger or sometimes a bit smaller in real life. Their feathers are replaced about twice a year. Ooh, so they might look duller at different times of the year. In colder weather, birds often fluff out their feathers, which makes them look rounder and fluffier than normal. And use your ears as well as your eyes. You may think you know what birds sound like, but listen to some clips on the RSPB website and see if there are any that you haven't heard before. That's a fun thing to do. So listen on the RSPB website. Ooh, right, this is what I'm going to do in a second. I'm going to go over to our kitchen area, get all the bits and pieces I need to make a bird feeder. So, making bird feeders. Birds need food all year round, and in the winter it can be harder for them to find it. So this is where we can be kind and helpful to make bird feeders. So it says here, to make a bird feeder using pine cones and lard stuffed with seeds and nuts to make it tasty, to make a tasty snack for those hungry birds. I think we did that. Was it a couple of years ago with you, year 3? If you're in year 3 now, I think we did this together. We had the pine cones and we mixed lard and seed together and squished it all up and put them in the front playground. So that's one way of doing it. Or I'm going to use, this is what Mrs. Towles put on the website the other day, using a toilet roll to make a bird feeder, because I don't have any pine cones at home, but I do have empty toilet rolls. And if you think, oh, that's a bit dirty, another little top tip, blast this in the microwave for 20 seconds. Say, Mummy, can I put this in the microwave just for about 20 seconds? Then it zaps any germs that might be on it. Okay? And so next. Oh, well, there's a fun thing to do. It says here, get creative. So once you've seen the birds, maybe have a go at drawing some of the birds. Look really closely using binoculars to observe their colours, their feathers and their shape. And there's the bird in a cartoon. But wow, there's somebody's drawing of a bird. Absolutely gorgeous. Very, very clever. Right, I'm going to put you on pause, and then in a moment I shall see you over by our kitchen to turn this into a bird feeder. So pause. Okay, hello again. Right, so I've come over to the kitchen counter, and these instructions here are very similar to Mrs. Tow's. So it says, to make a simple bird feeder, you will need an empty cardboard tube, which I have here. Peanut butter from our cupboard. I know some of you can't use the peanut butter, so maybe lard instead. But I can use peanut butter, and some of you can use peanut butter, so there's peanut butter. Wild bird seed. There's the bird seed. A tray. I haven't got a tray, I've got a plate. And string to hang it up. There's some string there. So, right, let's wind this down. Where's down, down, down? There's down, down, down. Instructions. So, using a knife, carefully spread some peanut butter all over the cardboard tube. Well, that's funny, isn't it? Normally I put peanut butter on my toast. So, right, peanut butter on the tube. So you know at home whether you're allowed peanuts in your home. So if you have peanuts in your home, you can do this like me. Oh, clunk. Right, cool. These are going to be some lucky birds. Give me like a fancy lunch for them. Right, so there's peanut butter going all over my tube. Yummy, yummy. Lucky birds. Right, number 2. Pour the bird seed into the tray. Right, I can do that. There's the bird seed in my tray. Right, I don't know if you can see that. Right, there's the bird seed in my tray. Number 3 says roll the peanut butter covered tube into the bird seed. Press down carefully to make sure the bird seed has stuck to the peanut butter. Right, so I need to do some rolling now. So roll, roll, roll my tube. Oh yeah, it does stick. Can you see that? That yummy bird seed is sticking to the tube. Lucky birds. This might be their favourite meal of the day, this. Right, a bird seed tube. Right, number 4 says, gently shake off any excess bird seed over the tray. Luckily, that's all stuck. That's pretty good. Number 5, slide the bird feeder onto the branch of a tree. Okay, I need to go outside to do that. Or it says you can thread some string through the tube and tie it in a knot at the top to make a loop. I can put string through. I might put string through. Oh no, I've got my scissors. There's some scissors. Right, so let's thread the string all the way through. There we go. And then you're clever at tying knots, so you might have to get an adult to tie a knot at the top. There we go. And that's ready to hang outside in our garden. Or if you haven't got a garden, maybe you can hang it from your window somehow outside. Brilliant. Right, so that is number 5. Number 6 then says, sit back and count how many different birds visit your feeder to enjoy a treat. So, right, I'm going to click pause and I shall see you outside and I'll show you where I'm going to hang my bird feeder. Okay, hello, I'm outside now. So I wonder, I'm going to have to turn the camera around and show you where I've hung my bird feeder. There it is. On a branch in our garden. Looking yummy, ready for the birds to come and eat it. Now I've got a few more toilet rolls, so I might make a few more to give the birds something yummy to eat. So enjoy your making, and if you're counting birds this weekend and watching them, enjoy yourselves. So bye everybody, bye.